trailer.
Yeah.
Swear to God.
What did I say tonight?
Listen, you're getting too damn spoiled. I'm going to call Sasha and tell him to quit spoiling you so much.
Oh, and I'm a guest on his podcast?
Yes,
Yeah.
because that was ridiculous.
What did I say to you? What did I say to you tonight?
You said, I said, I'm going to go get all the equipment ready. And you're like, okay, I'll be waiting in my trailer.
Just screwing with you.
Whatever. I'm tired of you. Anyway, so
I'm the one that should be jealous. You got to see an early screening of Shang-Chi. Did I say that right?
Shang-Chi, yes.
Shang-Chi.
And you were invited. You just didn't go.
No, I didn't go because I was had already made a promise to be on someone else's podcast.
Again,
I don't
spoiled.
break promises. Yes, that's true.
Spoiled.
But yeah, you got to see. That's an excuse to not hang out with me that night. You got to see an early screening of that movie.
We did. So, so we're going to be talking about an early review of Shang-Chi, and we're going to be talking about What If, and then we're going to be talking about
breaking news tonight.
Breaking news of the leak of No Way Home, the new Spider-Man trailer.
What's cool about this is this one's legit. Over the past year, there's been some that were made to look really real.
They were good
They
too.
were good too, man.
So
but they were all fan edits.
Yeah.
They were all
It's
really well
incredible.
done fan edits.
Yeah, there was like one fan edit that was so good. Star Wars. The Star Wars, the retouching of what's his name? Mark Hamill's face in the season 2 of Mandalorian. Sorry, spoilers, anybody, but you should already be on it. But yeah,
that somebody made. Yeah.
Yeah, the retouching. They retouched what actually came out, and it was way better. And they hired him.
They hired the guy to do it.
Yeah.
Well, those same fans with that same kind of great technology that know what they're doing are out there making fake trailers. And we're thinking it's legit because here's Andrew Garfield. Here's all these other cats that we think are in the movie.
Looks amazing.
It looks amazing, and it turns out not to be real. Well, this one that leaked tonight, it's real.
It was real because people's... Anyway, we're not going to talk about the leak until towards the end. But Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. I got to go see this last Thursday.
Yeah.
We're filming this on Sunday, the 22nd, so I got to see it not too long ago. It was damn good. I was completely shocked. I had no expectations for going into it. I don't know anything about Shang-Chi. I just didn't know what to expect. I know it's some kind of origins movie, of course, because this is a character we're not familiar with. But the way that they did it, and what's so surprising is that, again, watching the trailer, I'm like, gosh, this just lays out everything. And it really only laid out, like, at least one of the trailers that I saw, it only laid it out, like, the first 15, 20 minutes of the movie.
Our generation is so accustomed to everything being in the trailer, and when you go watch the movie, you're like, there's nothing new here. Everything that was funny or interesting we saw in the trailer, and we were just left with sort of the leftovers. You're saying that in this case, there's a lot more that we don't get to see in the trailer.
Yeah, like the bus scene.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, that's gonna be whatever, and it was like, I swear, like in the first 15, 20 minutes of the movie, like as soon as I saw the outfit, I was like, oh shit, this is happening fast. Mm-hmm. Like I had no idea. It goes into so much more than I thought it was going to be. And it was absolutely an incredible experience. I was so shocked how much I liked this movie.
That's really good because I remember right after, I was waiting for you to say something when you left the theater. Mm-hmm. You, Brian, and Vanessa, all the kids who got to see it earlier were just like, we're blown away.
We were absolutely blown away.
That's awesome.
Absolutely blown away. And I mean, we didn't go in with like, it's a Marvel movie. So we had expectations. Like we figured it would be entertaining. But I mean, I think I like this. I'm just going to say, I definitely like this movie more than Black Widow.
Really?
For sure.
That's cool. Well, Black Widow was all right.
I like Black Widow.
Me too.
I really like some aspects of Black Widow, but I feel like just as well-rounded as the story was in Shang-Chi, I thought it was just way better.
Was it better written than Black Widow, probably?
I wouldn't say it was better written, but I would say just a more well-rounded story.
Yeah.
And the fight scenes were incredible. Now, I believe that it had the same fight coordinator.
The choreography is The Matrix.
Yeah, it was from The Matrix. Well, I think
says something.
They also had the same choreographer in Black Widow. But the fight scenes were really good. And I mean, I really can't say too much without giving much away, but it was
Heads up,
so cool.
there won't be spoilers for this.
Well, yeah, obviously. I can't do spoilers because, of course, it was an advanced screening, so I can't do spoilers. But yeah, so good. Like, I cannot wait to go see it again, so I'm kind of glad you didn't go see it, so that way, like, I could experience it with you, because I know what I'm going to be looking at, like, what's coming up, and I'm going to be looking at you, like, side-eyeing you to see what your reaction is.
I'm not going to pay attention to you at all, because then I'm going to be waiting for something when I shouldn't be, so I'm going to put like a shield between us. So I'm not looking at you.
I'll sit behind you.
Because we know each other so well that if I look at you in the face, I know exactly what you're thinking. I'll be like,
don't look at me.
I'm not going to look at you the whole damn time.
I mean, it is so fucking cool. Like, I can't wait for you to see it. I can't wait.
I'm really relieved, because I was one of those people that after Endgame, I figured it's all downhill from here. We're going to have a handful of pretty good shows.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I do not feel that way I don't know why you feel that way, but because
our main guys are gone. We're not going to have Steve. We're not going to have Tony.
Yeah, but they did a great job of implementing these other characters. Like, we're starting to get into this is a second movie from Phase 4, but I really feel like because Black Widow was a movie that happened in the past.
It really isn't.
You really can't call it the beginning of Phase 4. I really think that Shang-Chi is the beginning of Phase 4 for Marvel, because we are really getting into the other lesser known characters, but they've done a great job of building them up. And, it's so cool. And, they did that with Scarlet Witch. They did that with
the Guardians. No one knew who the hell the Guardians were.
Guardians was still, that's Phase 2?
No, what I'm saying is Marvel has such a good history of taking characters that we know shit about and making them really interesting and have us look forward to other stories with them. Like, I didn't give a shit about Guardians of the Galaxy before it came out. And then whenever I saw them in the Endgame trailer or the Infinity War trailer, I was like, oh, cool, we get to see them interact with Tony.
Yeah, of course. Well, it's not only that, it's, Loki. You didn't care about Loki.
I didn't give a shit about Loki. I always found that character so obnoxious, and the show was really good.
So was that your favorite show out of the 3 that came out?
I don't know. It's so hard. I'm just...
WandaVision was my favorite.
I know it was yours. It's just that I'm so impartial to the character of Sam and Bucky that I want to say that's my favorite show, but there were aspects of Loki that did have better writing. Mm-hmm. I still love those characters more, but I was just blown away by how good the actual Loki turned out to be.
Yeah, I was surprised. I mean, it was, again, it was okay. I mean, I liked it. I don't, Falcon and Winter Soldier wasn't my favorite. I feel like just WandaVision just really put it in perspective of what we can expect for Phase 4 to be.
The weirdness.
And I'm so excited for it.
Phase 4 is going to be out there, man. It's going to be really meta, especially because we're going to be dealing with the multiverse. But I really do like how we're starting off with Phase 4 with what sounds like really grounded, likable characters like Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
He sounds awesome so far.
For some people, which whenever I saw this, that Awkwafina was casted, sometimes, I really like Awkwafina for the most part, but I do feel like sometimes she is a little obnoxious. I didn't get that vibe from her at all. She was very great comic relief, and they both really are. Their chemistry
is very,
their chemistry is great, but there's no chemistry in a romantic way. They're just friends. And
I heard they have a really good back and forth.
They really do. Their friendship is great, and it really makes sense. It reminds of me with stuff that we do with our friends.
Yeah.
So I won't get into those details because there's some pretty funny parts in there about with some stuff with their friendship. But Awkwafina was, she was a great balance in the movie. So I didn't feel like she was obnoxious or anything like that at all. I know that I've talked to a couple people about that asked me whenever they found out. They were like, "Oh, is Awkwafina she just joked too much, or is it just too much?" And I was like, no, she was actually really great. So it's exciting.
It's funny that you say, because Awkwafina herself had said in interviews that she was worried about becoming across as obnoxious because she comes from a pure stand-up comedic background, and she felt like she was going to be alien to the Marvelverse. And from what I hear, she killed it.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
I love Awkwafina, so I'm looking forward to it. No, I'm glad that you liked it so well. I did not expect, when you guys left the theater, for you to give me the reactions that you did. I figured you were going to be like, it was all right. It's like next to Ant-Man. But you guys were like, whoa, it was fun. Like the way I felt after walking out of Ragnarok or Black Panther.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say there's of course there's 3 levels of of Marvel movies. You know, you kind of have. I feel like Ant-Man is kind of at the bottom. You know,
it's all right, but
I mean, it's fine.
Let's be honest. What the bottom movie is, Dark World. I mean, there's
well, I'm talking about as like kind of like an origins movie.
Oh, okay.
So Ant-Man, and then you have second you have like Thor, like kind of in the middle because you know I don't really care about the Thor movies except for Ragnarok, but
Doctor Strange was a pretty solid origins movie.
It was, but then it's not like Iron Man and Captain America and Black Panther.
It's not,
but it's like right there.
Yeah,
it's right there.
It's you think would you put it next to like Winter Soldier, in terms of being a good entertaining movie? Because to this day,
it's completely different.
I'm so curious as to what you mean, because you and Brian said the same thing. You're both like, it's a completely different type of movie. And I'm like, how is it such a different type of movie if this is set in the Marvel-verse and it's an origin story? So I'm so curious as to what the hell that means.
It gets more into like the mythical side of things.
That's interesting.
And like lore and stuff like that.
This one feels like more meta and metaphysical, like
I wouldn't call it meta at all. No.
That's interesting.
I mean, we're starting to get into more of a, I mean, Iron Man, Captain America, they're humans.
Yeah.
So is Shang-Chi for that matter, but we're starting to get into the world where there's, you know, of course there's Doctor Strange, there's like Scarlet Witch.
Yeah. There's hints of mysticism where we didn't have before.
Right.
I get that. That's cool.
And so that is kind of where we're at with Shang-Chi, like more on like a, not a, I don't want to say paranormal, but more like a magical sense.
It's magic. Marvel has that. They play with it sometimes. Marvel, to their credit, for the past 60 years has preferred something science-based, but they will get into mysticism, and I'm glad the movies have the cojones to do that.
So this is kind of more what it's getting into.
I don't mind that at all if they do it right. Yeah.
And I mean, I totally love that aspect of Marvel, so I'm so excited. You know, we were talking about the 10 rings and what it could mean, and because
it's funny because I have no idea. I don't know anything about the 10 rings.
Yeah, so I did some research, but I can't. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. Don't get into spoilers.
We'll do another podcast after Miguel has seen the movie about it, so that way we can talk about it. But nonetheless, I mean, we'll get into more about where the 10 rings came from. You know, the history behind that, what they mean, where they could be from, at least because where I think that the 10 rings come from in the comic book Marvel world is going to be different than the movie Marvel world.
Origin. Okay.
So I have some theories about that, but you know we'll talk about them later.
Okay. Well, yeah, I want some more details about the movie, but it's inevitable that if we do that, we're going to get into spoilers, so we'll just avoid that for now, at least the nuances of it. Okay.
So,
did you want to talk about the show?
I was like, yeah. So what if?
I did not give a shit about What If. When I saw the trailer on YouTube, I was like, I don't care. It's a dumb cartoon show.
So rude of you.
Who cares about all these hypothetical scenarios? But I was like, wait a minute. I do like Agent Carter. I definitely want to see this one. Was not disappointed. I love that they went with her episode 1.
Yeah, so just to let you know, like the What If series is considered to be canon. So I mean, there's going to be stuff from the show that's going to play out into also the Marvel multiverse. So
we get to see a live action Agent Captain Carter?
I mean, she could show up in a multiverse. Who knows?
I'd watch that movie.
So, I don't know. I know. I'm just saying. I'm like, you know, so we have to. We're gonna watch them anyways. But
are we gonna? You can watch it. I just cared about the first episode. The next one is T'Challa. What if T'Challa joined Guardians of the Galaxy?
No. What if T'Challa was Star-Lord?
And I'm like, I don't care about T'Challa being Star-Lord. T'Challa's T'Challa. He's Black Panther.
No,
that's all I need.
No, that's not. This is called What If, so it's different.
It's like I don't.
You're gonna be sad whenever you miss something, and then I'm gonna be like, "Oh, it was from What If. You should have watched it." It's 30 minutes. The animation's great.
The animation's pretty good.
So
I liked it.
I like how they get a lot of the actors that were in there to be in the series too.
Yeah, that was awesome. Good. It's like people would have. Marvel knows people would have complained, and we have the fucking money to do it. Mm-hmm. Like how chintzy would it be to be like, hey, we're not gonna pay Haley Atwell to be in a 30-minute episode. It'd be ridiculous not to do that.
Well, it's not just that. It's just getting everybody. Like they got Stanley Tucci, they got Hugo Weaving, they got
everybody from the movie.
Yeah, so that was really freaking cool.
Now I need to look it up because Chris Evans' name was in the credits, but it didn't sound like him.
Yeah, I didn't think it sounded like him either, but we could just be wrong.
I mean, Chris sounds different when he's on a recording than compared when he's on screen, and I don't know.
I mean, it could be. Let me. I'll look it up really quick.
Yeah,
I do like the fact that Jeffrey Wright is doing the voice, just because I love his damn voice.
Jeffrey. Oh yeah, as the Watcher.
Yeah.
Anything Jeffrey Wright's in is amazing. I mean, I love Jeffrey Wright, but if he gets to be the Watcher in live action, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Kind of like the way Paul Bettany for the longest time was just a voice, as Tony Stark's sidekick AI, Jarvis, and then we got to see him in live action. Hopefully, we get to see Jeffrey Wright as a live action Watcher. That'd be interesting.
Yeah. See, everybody who did their voice.
So that was Chris
came
Evans?
back. Well, I'm still going through the list. Like they have a ton of people on here. Like Thanos is going to be in an episode.
So it's going to be Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin.
Okay, so it was him. Didn't sound like him though. That's what's crazy.
And then, what's his face? I just saw his name too. I'm gonna see it and it'll come back to me.
Doesn't matter. Point being, you let me know how the rest of the series is. I'm probably not gonna watch it. I am gonna, like I said, I watched the first episode, thought it was pretty damn good, well written. Love the fact that they use real actors' voices. Other than that, I don't care about the what ifs.
I don't know. I'm like you're gonna watch them, 100%.
You think so?
I believe so.
No.
Like there's a whole thing with like Spider-Man having Doctor Strange's coat.
Well, that's cute, I guess.
Like there's one with Doctor Strange doing. Let me see. This is for episode 1.9. In an alternate timeline, Vision becomes an all-powerful android known as Infinite Ultron when merged with rival android Ultron. Now it's up to the newly formed Guardians of the Multiverse to put an end to his reign before it's too late.
That sounds really messy.
That doesn't sound messy.
Here's what I'm worried about. I think I talked about this before. There's a lot of fans who left Marvel when the storytelling got really messy, especially during the Spider-Man clone thing, the Clone Saga. That was such a mess that a lot of old school comic book writers, lots of them were like, man, I left after that. It was so much of a mess. And I hope that the multiverse doesn't become that messy. Like I said, Marvel's pretty disciplined with their writing. Hopefully they're not going to, but they just need to be careful with that. They can be all over the place with this multiverse.
I'm going to watch them, but don't ask me what it's about.
That's fine. So. That's fine. I'm just looking forward to a live action movie. So it's a good segue into what leaked tonight. Like we said, this wasn't one of the good fake ones. Apparently.
Yeah, so there was some really shitty quality trailer that was uploaded, or actually it wasn't even uploaded. It was recorded on a phone. Like somebody was recording somebody's phone playing the trailer, and you literally couldn't see shit. I mean, I would watch it for maybe 5-10 seconds, but I was like, nah, I'm not going to watch this because whenever I see the new trailer to No Way Home, I want to actually see the trailer.
Be surprised with everything, yeah. The only thing I could make out was Strange is in there, which we already knew. Peter's, of course, in there. I saw, what's her name? Mary Jane. MJ. Or Zendaya. And I saw Doc Ock at the end.
Yeah.
Supposedly, everyone else from the old Sonyverse is in there, too. Like, supposedly Jamie Foxx is in there.
Well, Jamie Foxx was already confirmed a long time ago, so we knew about that. But we did not know about William Dafoe.
I did not know about William Dafoe because his character is dead at the time when...
But again, multiverse. I keep telling you this, multiverse.
His character is dead when Doc Ock is around, so how could he still be alive?
What if William Dafoe's character would have been alive...
In a different verse, so there's like at least a few Tobey Maguire multiverses, I guess.
Yes,
one where he lives.
They would have been together in the same timeline.
Well, that would have been made up for, I think, the Sinister Six. But I don't remember if Goblin was part of the Sinister Six or not. I have to relook that up. Last time I read that, I was a little kid.
I played the game. I should know.
But I know that it is cool that, I don't know, I have very mixed feelings about what they're doing because I know that it's fun to play with the multiverse because it happens in the comic books. The problem is that I don't like that we're going back. I wanted this Spider-Man to move forward. When I found out that J.K. was going to be a new Jonah Jameson, I'm like, damn it, I wanted a new Jonah Jameson. We're moving forward. We're not looking back. I did not like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man that much. I didn't like it that much. We're not supposed to say that for our generation. That was the first live-action Spider-Man movie that mattered, which is fine. But you know what? I am going to say it. I thought Sam Raimi's Spider-Man at time was incredibly corny. I had my eyes rolling as a teenager watching some of the lines. It was cringe. I thought Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man was a little underrated. Could have been better. But what I loved about Tom Holland's Spider-Man is that we were looking forward, not looking back. It was a chance to see him grow up. The first Spider-Man Homecoming, the biggest problem people had is he didn't face any real consequences for some of his bad decisions. And now that he's getting older, he's going to have to, which I'm looking forward to. And what they're doing is, hey, you know what? We're going to tap into that nostalgia. You know how Disney is. The multiverse. We're going to go back to the IPs we now own or we can play with, like with Sony, because we're doing business with them, and we're going to put them in this movie. And
I literally don't know why. Like, you are one of the minorities who
probably
does not want this to happen. I'm so excited for this to happen. I mean, if they're going to do a multiverse, I want different versions of Spider-Man. And why not? What's better than having the other Spider-Mans there? Like, what's wrong with having Tobey Maguire there and Andrew Garfield? Like, we can kind of see their styles from their movies and see how they're all a little different.
It's going to be fun to see them interact, but at the same time, I feel like I kind of also want to get this over with too, because I'm looking forward. I wanted to see this Spider-Man grow up. I wanted to see him work at the Daily Bugle's photographer. I wanted to see a new Jonah Jameson.
Yeah, but that's going to be a long ways away because he has like a 9-picture deal. He's only done like 3 or 4.
That I'm excited about. I heard what Kevin Feige suggested is we're going to get 3. The first 3 Spider-Man is him, Peter as a teenager. The next 3 are Peter in college. And the 3 after that are later older Spider-Man, which is good.
We're still in the first phase where he's in high school. You have to get over that.
Yeah. That was part of the reason. I think I am so attached as a fanboy to the animated series from the 90s, in which we get to see Peter working at the Daily Bugle as a photographer, working for Jonah Jameson, who's yelling at him all the time, and running into Eddie Brock, who's a douchebag reporter. And I'm like, wait a minute, they're already fucking that up because Eddie Brock is not a douchebag. He's kind of an anti-hero in a goofy, stupid movie like Venom. And they're giving us a shitty Alex Jones kind of Jonah Jameson, when Jonah Jameson in the animated series and books was smart. He was kind of a dick, but he wasn't psychotic. Over time you understand why he hates Spider-Man. You empathize with him.
Yeah, but the thing is that whenever people make movies, they also make an adjustment to have it be more of the times
relevant. No.
Yeah,
I guess.
Like, so it's not that far off.
I was like, I don't know. I wanted there's so many actors that I wanted to play Jonah Jameson. And I love J.K. Simmons. The guy's a fucking Oscar winner. He's amazing, but we've already seen his Jonah Jameson.
All right, well then, bitch, don't go watch it.
Still gonna watch it because these are the 2 movies I'm looking forward to the most: is Spider-Man and Doctor Strange. The one I'm looking forward to the most is Doctor Strange because they said this is gonna be Marvel's first horror movie, and that's my favorite genre. That's why I cannot wait for that shit. And we have a feel that Wanda's gonna be the antagonist. We think maybe.
See, I don't know if she's gonna be the antagonist anymore.
No, who would be then?
I don't know.
It would make sense.
I really think that we'll get a feel of who the antagonist is from Spider-Man.
Really?
I think so, since Strange is going to be... Because it goes Eternals, Spider-Man, and then Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
So...
Now, the Eternals, they just dropped the trailer, too. That's interesting. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm excited about the Eternals. I know no one else is, but I'm super excited about the Eternals.
Feedback I'm getting from the different fanboys that I've talked to is they're more excited about Spider-Man. They're getting more excited about Shang-Chi. But they're kind of everyone seems to be scratching their head about Eternals. We're not sure what to make about that yet.
The whole thing with the Eternals is that, again, it was almost like the same thing with Captain Marvel, is that we get really... angry. I don't want to say that the word, but it's like dismissive of these, characters that are coming in that are supposed to be like this huge force, and we were like, where were you whenever Thanos was coming?
Now it's cool. In the trailer, that's smart. They addressed that. They have Kit Harington.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So we have like a little bit of a bias. Like, if you're all powerful, why didn't you come and help whenever Thanos was there? So so there's like a little bit of that distaste for the character even before they come in. And Captain Marvel's worried about stuff like in space and taking care of all that. And same thing with the Eternals. Like, the Eternals said that they couldn't interfere with the human race unless deviants.
I was gonna say unless the Dementors were involved.
Not the Dementors.
Wrong genre.
Yeah, unless the deviants, unless it has something to do with deviants. And so it's going to be that whole thing is going to be super interesting. Seeing the deviants, seeing celestials. That's a whole nother level. Like, I really think that the next big like fight is going to be something like in space, intergalactic.
Well, I mean, yeah, in the comic books, those of us remember, I was little when this was around. Well, I think I probably read it years after, was Secret Wars.
So they haven't gotten the rights to Secret Wars yet.
How do they not have the rights to Secret Wars if it's fucking Marvel? Like, how do you...
That's the thing. Like, I just read that Marvel hired a dude that got the rights to something else for them. Like, he's currently securing the rights or trying to get to the rights to Secret Wars.
I don't know how that works because Secret Wars is a Marvel arc.
Yeah, but they could have sold it to somebody else.
Oh my God, how sad is that?
So
That's true.
Let me look that up really quick.
They lost half their IPs during that famous Marvel crash of the 1990s. Sony ate that, and so did 20th Century Fox. They ate the shit out of that, took a big bite out of their ass, and that's how the X-Men ended up at 20th Century Fox, and Spider-Man ended up at Sony. Fantastic Four, is that 20th Century, or is that...
What is?
Fantastic Four. That's 20th Century, right?
Yeah, but I think we have it back now.
Okay.
So
we sound like a sports team. Well, we got it back.
You got it back.
I don't know. I mean, I'm going to watch The Eternals because it's a Marvel movie. I'm never going to miss a live-action Marvel movie. But at the same time, it's like the thing I'm least hype about. In order, it's going to be Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, Shang-Chi, and then...
So wait, so you're more excited about Spider-Man, even though you're complaining about it more than you are with the Eternals?
Yeah, because I feel like the Spider-Man story is going to play a heavier toll at the end of the day in the overall direction of Phase 4 than the other movies are. But again, number one is I'm the most excited about Doctor Strange, then Spider-Man, then Shang-Chi, then the Eternals.
Shang-Chi.
What else is... Oh, but we also have the Marvels and Black Panther 2. That's the one that I'm like, I don't know what the hell they're going to do. Fucking kills me that we don't have Chadwick around for the next 10 movies.
Yeah.
Fucking kills me. Love Chadwick Boseman. That really sucks. So I don't know what they're gonna do. The cliche answer is, well, it's gonna be the sister.
Well, I don't know if it's gonna be her anymore. I don't know what direction they're gonna take.
I think they're gonna go in a female direction. I don't know if it's gonna be her either, but I think that's probably the go-to solution in the situation is, if you want to maintain something that's sort of at least ostensibly groundbreaking and different, we're not going to have Black Widow anymore. You might as well take advantage of the Black Panther franchise and have it have more than one. Have a female and a male in there. I don't know, but it just sucks. We're not going to have Chadwick, and so I'm just very curious as to what the hell they're going to do. We kind of get a feel for Black Widow, though. Don't we kind of feel that Florence Pugh is going to be the new Black Widow? Don't we feel that?
I mean, they're ramping her up to be some kind of villain.
Yeah, because she's going to be fighting, what's his name?
Well, that's a spoiler.
Oh, my God. If you haven't seen Black Widow yet, I'm not going to give away the complete ending, but she's still alive.
Yeah.
And I will
say... He made a hand gesture behind the scenes.
Yeah. So. She's going to be sent after one of the...
Avengers.
One of the Avengers, yeah. I'll just say that.
There you go.
I wonder how many people that are listening to this podcast that involves Marvel have not seen Black Widow. That's what's really funny.
I mean, there might be some people who don't have Disney Plus, and some people who didn't go to the theaters to see it.
Are you glad you saw it in the theater instead of watching it on Disney Plus?
Yeah, I am.
Me too.
All right, everybody. So if y'all go and see Shang-Chi, let us know what you think about it. Have you seen the leaked trailer for Spider-Man? We couldn't get through it, even if we wanted to. It was just too crappy for us. And then let us know what movie you're most excited about seeing whenever, any of the Marvel movies. The Eternals, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man. Let us know what you think. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll see you again next time.